Hi friends, this is Chris.
And Yeji.
Welcome back to the channel. So guys, we got to talk about Elon. He says he's going to Mars, and I gave you my opinion last video, but now we're going to do the wife test. And if you're curious what the wife test is you know when you want to go buy a new TV, you want to buy a new car, you want to buy a new robot. It happens sometimes. There are robots out in this world. You got to pass it by the wife too, right? And so like in this situation, what if I want to buy tickets to Mars because Elon's saying we're going to Mars? Does it pass the wife test? Yeah. No, Elon says we can do it. So let's see what Elon has to say. Again, this is the wife test. Space, and this is Yeji. SpaceX plans to launch about 5 uncrewed, so no people, uncrewed starships to Mars in 2 years.
Yeah, that is possible because there's, I think every day, somewhere in Earth they launch.
Someone's launching somewhere?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, and what I said before is they can launch rockets in the direction of Mars, right? Like they're going to go in that direction.
I'm not sure.
Oh, not even the direction of Mars? Okay.
Because we launch a satellite every day, basically, but I'm not sure about to go to Mars.
Even the direction, yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's say they could launch 5 starships, uncrewed.
Yeah, that is possible.
They could launch them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
even if it's success or not,
well, they could launch them.
Yeah, they can launch.
Right, because the launch
even
could be.
Even if they blow up,
yeah, the launch could. It would be. Yeah. Good point. Okay, next one. If those all land safely, so we're talking about landing on Mars.
Yeah, that's also if.
All right, so first you have the launch, then you have the landing. If those all land safely, then crewed missions, now with people, missions are possible in 4 years. He's saying in 4 years, crewed missions are possible.
Send people
to Mars
who want you to die?
In 4 years. That's if you make it past the launch,
you
right?
Send enemies, so you just please know where your enemy.
People you don't like.
Send to Mars.
So Elon like sends emails to people he doesn't like. Hey, would you like a free ticket to Mars? Let's go to Mars. So he says here, if we encounter challenges from Elon Musk, then the crewed missions will be postponed another 2 years. So if there's any problems with the first 5 starships, 2 more years. So then that would be 6 years from now. We're going to have people going to Mars. What do you think about that? In 6 years.
I don't know. Even we don't really have perfect electronic car right now, and people just killed the submarine mission last year.
Yeah, a lot of people.
You wanna
try to go to Mars?
Maybe someday can possible someday, but don't promise in 2 years, in 4 years.
You know what's crazy? I was just thinking about this when you brought up the submarine thing. Is I think they were like looking for the Titanic, but think how crazy it is. Is like your mission is to look for a ship that sank. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of bad luck, isn't it?
Yeah, and those people were not just regular people. They're like billionaire.
Well, I was just thinking out loud, like, Elon's probably next pitch is going to be, join our Starship to Mars, and we're going to go investigate the crash of the last Starship. And like every new launch will be, go see the crash of the last Starship that we did, right?
We're barely, go to the edge of the Earth, Virgin Galactic, event.
And we don't even, and that was the Branson one, I think.
Yeah.
And we don't even have a Mars base or anything like that. And he's talking about going to Mars. Sorry, a moon base. We don't have a moon base yet. Right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. That was my point.
Yeah. Okay, here's what he says. It is only possible to travel from Earth to Mars every 2 years, right? So what's interesting is when I was thinking about this, because the planets have to align. This is every 2 years when the planets align, is when he says here, we plan to launch 5 uncrewed starships in 2 years. That means that if they can only do this once every 2 years, then you're going to have all 5 starships launch, like, I don't know, 5 days in a row, or all 5 at the same time. But like you kind of got a really small shot to get them. That's why he's saying 5, because you got to do it all at the same time. I don't think anyone has done that before. Usually we'll just send, like when we send a robot to Mars, we send like one rocket, one robot, and then it drives the little car thingies. I think China did it recently, but yeah. So that would be in 2 years from now. Then what he says here, this increases the difficulty of the task, right? Because you're only once every 2 years, 5 at the same time, but also serves to immunize Mars from many catastrophic events on Earth. So he's saying the good thing about Mars is you're not connected to the Earth. You're going to not have the
Yeah, but we're
same
not
things.
connected to Mars either, because we don't know what's in the Mars.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people said the problem is like there's a delay in communication.
Yeah.
So like you can't talk in real time. It takes a long time to get there. All these kind of things. I mean, yes, you're not connected, but is that? I guess he's trying to make that as painting as a good thing, but yeah. I mean,
Maybe he hates Earth so much these days. That's why he wants to move to Mars.
or maybe Earth hates him, possibly. This is more. He's got more to say. No matter what happens with landing success, SpaceX will increase the number of spaceships traveling to Mars exponentially. So like hockey stick growth. Yeah, with every transit opportunity. So if they succeed or fail, it doesn't matter. They're planning to just like, maybe
Same as he doesn't care about people dying.
Yeah,
Factory.
same as like factory cars,
Yeah.
semis, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to him. Exponentially is what he says. He also says here, we want to enable anyone, right? Anyone can do it, I guess. Anyone who wants to be a space traveler to go to Mars.
Oh yeah, so he wants to like free like experiment people, I guess. But you need to be healthy and smart.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to make it past the launch anyway, what does it matter? And then he says also here, that means you or your family or friends, right? Anyone who dreams of great adventure.
Venture to die.
Yeah, I mean, the big problem with the Mars stuff, and I was reading everyone's comments, is like, there's a couple things, like, one, we're just talking about even just how to get there, right?
Yeah.
Can we even do it, right? So that's just getting there.
Yeah.
Because Elon hasn't even gone to the moon yet, right?
Yeah.
To just get to Mars. Then it's like,
I'm
okay.
not sure he can even pass the test to astronaut test.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
him himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing that people have been saying is like, Elon, if you really want to do this, why don't you go first, kind of stuff. No, I mean that's a real test of your technology,
yeah,
right?
so
If you really
hate
trust
Earth,
it.
just leave the Earth.
If you so hate Earth. The other thing that people have said, which I think is reasonable, is like, before we even try to do the Mars stuff, because right now he's bragging about being able to go there, but like, there's nothing there, right?
Yeah, nothing
so you
there.
have to build a whole city, right? So like, if
Not even city, just one single.
well,
like,
yeah, right.
base,
Just
secret.
one like little house,
Yeah.
on Mars. But like, people are saying like, well, shouldn't Elon prove that you can do that, say, at the bottom of the ocean, for example, or prove you can do it in Antarctica, or prove you can do it in the middle of the Arizona desert, like before even talking about building, cities on Mars, we should at least prove that you can do it here, right? It's
Yeah.
going to be infinitely harder there. But it's kind of interesting. He's saying like that means you or your family or friends, anyone who dreams of great adventure. I feel like he's like really wants to sell people tickets for this kind of thing. You and your family or friends, right? Here's more is what he says. This is from Elon. Eventually, there will be thousands, he says, thousands of starships going to Mars, and it will be a glorious sight to see. Can you imagine? Wow.
I think he's watching movie too much, Star Wars,
Yeah, he might have just thought
Guardians of the
Dune or something like that. Yeah. The thing is, like, if you're going to do these kind of things, think about how much money it's going to cost, right? Because you have to send a whole bunch at the same
People
time.
don't have a single house on the Earth.
Yeah.
A lot of people but you want to buy a house on Mars?
No, I know. That's what people are saying too. Is like, think of all the good you could do with the money doing like other things.
Yeah.
So I'm actually not against. I'm not against space science or space travel. I'm not against these
School
things.
saves,
But what's that?
A lot of hungry people in the world. And
Sure.
Someone, still some people need like clean water.
Yep. Well, even that right there is a really good. That's a good point because like, let's say if you want to have a city on Mars, clean water is like a massive thing. So
Yeah,
prove you can do clean water here on Earth.
We know that
right?
Mars has a water, but we don't.
Do we know that?
Yeah, we know. But
Okay.
we don't know that's drinkable.
Oh, okay. I think they might have ice caps or something. And then maybe the moon. I haven't studied the Mars stuff recently. You guys can let me know if Mars has any water on that at all. Are you sure about that? You heard about that?
There is like stain of the like kind of watermark, you know.
Oh, well, my understanding, and I haven't looked at this stuff recently, but I think like there's evidence that there maybe a long time ago there might have been stuff, something like that. The problem is like, let's pretend. Let's pretend there's water on there now. Let's pretend.
Yeah, but we don't know. That's the same water as here, and it's drinkable. We don't know.
Well, and how are you going to get it? How are you going to clean it? All that kind of stuff. I mean, that's just one problem,
Yeah.
right?
Just one single.
You know, you have the gravity problems, of course. You have radiation problems because there's no like atmosphere like we have here on Earth. I mean, it's not.
2 years.
2 years, he says that we're gonna, because the other.
4 years.
Well, the other problem would be is like, so you're just gonna go there, look at it, and come back theoretically.
He doesn't even have a robot taxi.
Yeah, I know. But this is the stuff that he's talking about. So Elon goes on to say too, he says, one of my biggest concerns right now is that the Starship program is being smothered. Smothered means like put out like a fire kind of thing, by a mountain, that's how he uses the phrase, a mountain of government bureaucracy that grows every year. So he's blaming government for the reason why that we can't go to Mars. It's all government's fault.
That's
what
why
he says.
there's government, because, you know, those kind of like super rich guys doing crazy things, they gotta, you know, like, stop it sometimes.
Oh.
Not stop it, you know, check it.
Yeah, so I don't know if I told you about this when I made a video a couple days ago. Article just came out. He's buying all the politicians in Texas, and it's a big problem. So it's certainly true that if you're a politician, you're making a lot of money with Elon. But like, if you're not a politician and they're just like, you know, dumping garbage on your land or dropping rockets on your house, you don't really like it. people tend to not.
You just give money, okay?
Yeah, you just give more money to politicians. Yeah, but people tend to not like it if you drop rockets on their house. They don't like that, or they don't like it if you like dump, you know, rocket fuel in the water.
Yeah.
They tend to not like that. But yeah, he's blaming government. He's also saying too, this is interesting. He's blaming Kamala Harris, of course, and then he says, talking about the Democratic Party, the Kamala, he says, this would destroy the Mars program and doom humanity. So evidently, Elon thinks if we don't go to Mars, us people are doomed. We're doomed. If we don't go to, we're doomed.
He's dooming it.
We're doomed. and then Elon also says here, it cannot happen, right? Meaning that we can't let Kamala win. Your help would be much appreciated. This is a fork, maybe the fork like a divide in the road, and you can go, you know, this way or go that way, in the road of human destiny. So this election is all about
Mars?
to go to Mars. Yes, if you vote for Kamala, it's all about going to Mars. What's that?
He's on losing side now. He's going crazy right now.
Yeah,
And maybe, you know, the robot taxi demonstration is pretty soon, so maybe, I don't know, it's gonna success or not, but he's kind of nervous.
Yeah, so you got to start pumping up bigger lies on other things.
So your
what's that?
What was it? Attention to other things.
Oh, he's getting nervous?
Yeah.
So you start focusing on other stuff?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's one thing you would do is if you think something's gonna fail, you say, well, forget about that robotaxi thing. Like, hey guys, let's talk about rockets instead. Like you change the subject, right? Someone else brought up the issue too, which I think is an interesting one, is like if say, for example, Tesla's struggling financially or Twitter's struggling financially, you need to pump up your rocket company to get money coming in, right? So because like when I read this, the first thing I was thinking like, is like he wants to sell you tickets to go to Mars. We're really far from that, but the sad thing is I think there are people out there like, oh, well, Elon said we can do it in 2 years, and you kind of get like your reservation because he's done this before with
can be
what's
done,
that?
maybe like other generation, but not in 6 years, not in 10 years.
No, we're pretty far away. But I was gonna say what he's done before is he takes your deposit. Like for example, if you want to buy a new Cybertruck, he's like at that time it was like, give me $100 and you can get in line to be Cybertruck. So guys, I wouldn't be shocked if like, you know, maybe 2 months from now, you know, Elon will say, hey, give me $10,000 and you can get in line.
Pre-ticket,
Yeah, pre-ticket to get in line to you know, go to Mars, and then, you know, he'll like make this whole rigmarole to make a great presentation, how cool to be, and I'll be like, oh my God, I got my ticket. And you'll see YouTubers like, hey guys, I got my ticket.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, guys, I've been looking at some of the YouTube stock pumpers, right? Some of them have quit already. It's pretty interesting. So we had
You mean Tesla pumper?
Yeah. We've had a couple quit already. One guy was named Rob, another guy was named Golly. I'm just saying for people who know these people, they pretty much quit. And another guy, I think he might be having like mental problems.
Yeah.
The Farzad dude, he's just like I'm not making it up. He's just playing guitar on his channel. So when the news came out,
yeah, at least he's doing something.
yeah. I mean, yeah, at least he's not violent yet.
Yeah.
or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's because like when I read the stuff of like going to Mars, it's like.
I don't know. Now I'm you
What's
saying that? You know, possibly. You know, he likes China, right?
Who, Elon?
Yeah. He
Okay.
likes China, so maybe Chinese company can buy Tesla someday.
So it's funny. That's actually a very, very real possibility.
Yeah.
That is a real
I'm
possibility.
Just,
No, that's a
thinking
real.
about that. You know, they're losing money. You know, the China likes to buy, you know, the brand and tech.
They brought Volvo.
Yeah.
They bought Volvo.
Yeah.
Sure. So regarding that, that's a real thing. It's funny you brought that up because originally, like he came out as being an American company, new American company, right? And you want to make say the American industry strong. And when he wanted to build a plant in Shanghai, right, in China, there was a little bit of pushback from the Americans of like, you know, be careful putting your technology in China because, you know, things tend to.
But he doesn't care.
Things tend to appear in other companies, right? So I think there's a very real possibility of he made some deals in China to where they're sharing technology or whatever you want to say it. Like I don't know if he's selling it or whatever, but I would not be shocked at anything that and they may not have to buy Tesla. They could just copy all of it. But you do buy a brand and you do buy an existing factory and you buy all the employees or whatever like that. That's a real possibility. And I'd be curious what you guys think about that if you ever thought about that consideration that maybe Elon gets in real trouble.
Yeah, maybe you don't know.
Sells.
The Samsung used to have a car brand, but now it's a Luno Samsung. Samsung sold car.
At one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was SM. Yeah, but they sold the car brand.
No, it happens. I mean, brands like a good example too is Hyundai bought Boston Dynamics, the robot company, right? So certainly,
That's
companies can move. Yeah, you can
sold and buy.
The same way Elon bought Twitter. I mean, things can happen. So anyway, we just wanted to pass this by the wife test, get her.
You fail.
So I guess we're not going to Mars.
No.
We're not going to Mars, guys. So sorry, but it's good to get other people's opinion about this stuff, and I always like to hear your guys' opinions. People had a lot to say about this topic. I thought it was really interesting. I think it's because at least for us in science fiction, like in movies and stuff like that, we've a long time ago we were worried about the Martians are going to come and take over our planet. That was always kind of the thing. And then the newer movies are like, we're going to go to Mars and find some secret, like old civilization and learn the secrets of the universe, that kind of stuff. So Elon watches that stuff and I think he takes it like serious.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not against space science, but whether I'm going to do it in 6 years, I think sending people to do what is a far reach. So anyway, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. Thanks for watching and we'll catch you next time. So bye.